Okay, I'm Detective White with the Understand Sheriff's Office, and this interview is reference to case number 08-069208. And I am with, you say your first name for me?
Anthony.
Okay, Anthony, what's your last name?
Lazzaro.
Lazzaro, do you have your ID with you?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Oh, you're from New York, huh?
Yep.
Sure have. I'm from New Jersey. I don't know anything about
Far as Jersey.
East Orange.
East Orange? I don't know too much. All I know is Trenton, Newark, and the Meadowlands.
Close to Newark.
Newark?
Yeah. My mom was raised up in Newark. Alright. Tell me what you know about Casey.
Okay. Originally hit her up on Facebook when I first moved down here. Always gonna try and hang out. Never happened. All the way up until the month of May. Finally got her to come out to a DJ gig I was doing my friend's birthday party late May. She showed up with two of her friends. Just hit it off that night. Started hanging out. Basically, that's how it started. And all I know is that the way that she portrayed herself when she was with her child, she was very loving and caring. And like there was no doubt in my mind that that she loved her child and wouldn't do anything about this. That's why it was such a shock to hear this stuff.
Okay, tell me this. What type of relationship did you guys have? Were you guys kicking it, boyfriend, girlfriend? Just what? It became serious pretty quick. I wouldn't doubt that. I think that she started getting really, really attached, and I tried pushing a little away. But she's been also like one of the pretty good around here. She's been doing my laundry. She was being like one of a perfect girlfriend, if you want to say. I mean, okay. She's
been cooking for everybody in the house, cleaning up the place, and doing all different types of things for intrusion of being here.
Right. So did you guys ever fuss and fight? Was it a good relationship?
The relationship that we've had, it was like just little petty fights of me, because I like to tease. I'd always push her buttons.
Right. And
she'd get upset about it real quick. But it would always just make up right after that.
Okay.
It was kind of one of those relationships.
So do you guys share a bedroom?
Yes.
Okay.
She stayed in my bed.
She bring a lot of clothes. What does she bring with her when she? Does she basically move in, or she come and go?
She at first, in the beginning of June, right? She was just like she'd just have a change of clothes. Okay. And then she'd leave, and then I would go to school, because I go to school every day at Full Sail. Right. And then she, when I got out of school class, she'd hit me up and she'd come back over, and she might have stayed, or she would leave and go supposedly to her nanny's place. Okay.
Now, when she says nanny, is nanny her grandmother, or nanny?
No, her nanny, her baby's nanny, her daughter's nanny. Now, I don't know the full name. I know the other detectives have her full name. I don't have it. She called her as a nickname, I guess, Zanny the nanny. Okay. But that's basically what I knew. That's almost the extent of what I knew about the nanny. But from what I saw with her, how she acted with her child, and what she told me, she also show off the fact that she had a kid and she went to school, held a job all together. So I thought that she had a good head on her shoulders. Where'd she work at? She says she works at Universal as an event planner. Okay, and where'd she go to school at? She said that she's going to Valencia. She got an associate's at Valencia, and she's working to get into a program at UCF. Okay, and how often? You'd say you guys were pretty much together. What? Let's just say from mid-May till recently, till late. I would say probably, I don't know exactly definitely after May 21st. Okay, so from May 21st up until yesterday. Okay, so until yesterday. How many times did you say that you saw her daughter? 3 times total, maybe. I would think first time she brought her over had to be sometime late May when we first started hanging. We first started just
randomly hanging out. I remember she brought her over. Another time, I think it was for like, I don't know, maybe an hour. And then the third time, it was when we, I think, went down to the pool, and I just showed you the June 2nd.
Right.
I remember was the last time that I saw Caylee.
Okay. How did you interact with Caylee?
How did I interact with Caylee?
Yeah.
I mean, I used to work at a camp as a camp counselor with little kids. I mean, I have a little sister, a bunch of little cousins. I like little kids. And
right.
I got along with, she's a cute kid, and the thing that scares me with the whole deal is that she's very, very she's like very friendly with strangers. Okay. I remember being down by the pool and the kid being very like outgoing, saying hello to everyone, wanting to say hello to everybody, and by the pool.
Little social butterfly.
Yes, very.
Okay.
Loves guys. Like would go up and say, would nag all everybody that was like, here, whatever. I mean, she was funny, but
okay. How did Casey and Caylee, I get them mixed up, the names so close together. How they interact? Was it, was she one of these on mommy all the time? Was she, was she independent? How did they interact with each other?
Caylee is an independent. She has like some kind of character to her, but I mean, like she was always wanted to be, she wanted to be with mom. There was times, where like, I guess Caylee wanted to do something, but that's just basically like I gave her the drumsticks and she was drumming on her leg, and she tried the drumsticks and said no, and then obviously she got upset, and then they made up right after, like But that, I mean, basically not anything out of the extraordinary that I would say that I saw that was any like hurtful or anything like that. Like that's why I was so shocked to hear that.
Was that the time with the drumsticks the only time you ever saw her, I guess you'd say, discipline her?
The only other time was when Caylee, because she would run off to the stairs. She disciplined her one time and yelled at her because she ran off the stairs, because obviously you don't want a 2.5-year-old walking down by the stairs, especially on those ones over there.
Right.
And also when we were at the pool, she tried going near the pool, the water.
Without mom?
Yeah.
Okay. So you never seen her be out and out mean to her?
Just for no reason? No.
Yeah, just, walk up, pop upside the head or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Did she, you ever see her cook for her? Was she ever here long enough?
When she came over those 2 times, I said that she was over here for a while, she made me, actually we went to Subway one time, and she got Caylee a sandwich and stuff. She always had her juice. She always had some juice and crackers, animal crackers, or these little, not goldfish, but like I guess like these dolphin things, stuff like that. And she made us, the last time we came over with the pool, she made us some kind of chicken dish with rice and broccoli and stuff like that.
Okay. So the last time you saw her was June 2nd.
Yeah.
Caylee. Had you talked to Caylee on the phone since then? Has mom mentioned her? Did she?
Mom has been. This is the other thing. She's been telling me that she would go like not even me asking, telling me out of just the blue, just telling me just like, oh, Caylee's going to be with the nanny and they're going to Disney. And then I remember asking about it the next day, and I'm like, oh, what's Caylee doing? Like this happened like when she first started moving it. You know what I'm saying? When this first happened, when she first went, I guess, grabbed most of her clothes and came back. And I'll get into that why she did that in a second. But basically, she told me that she went to Disney, and then I told her the next day, and she was like, yeah, she's gonna be at Disney. She's going to Disney again. I guess they got like a weekend pass or something like that.
Right.
And then I remember her telling me also, I don't remember if I don't remember this, on the next weekend or the weekend after that, she said that they were going to Cocoa Beach.
Right.
And then she kept on saying that, oh, they stayed an extra day, and they're going to stay another day, and like, it just became a thing. Like, I was a little, questioning, like, feel weird about that, but she would say that she talked to Caylee, or she was going to visit Caylee.
Right.
All the time. So, I mean...
So, would she like? How often would you see her? Would you see Casey.
Casey.
Would you see her every day, or would you?
Yeah, she pretty much shacked up here.
Okay, so when she said she's going to visit, you're in class.
I'm in like each month. I don't know if how Full Sail works. Each month, you change your schedule. But the past 2 months that she's been like basically here, like I had a 9 to 1 p.m. class.
Okay.
Now sometimes we have project stuff I don't usually get at. Maybe I'll just be outside and conversing with my other classmates.
Right.
So sometimes I won't be home until 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. She said she's already been home back with groceries, and said that she was out and doing errands or whatever. And now this month I've had also 9 to 1 in the morning, and now I have I have lab right after that, and I have every day.
Right.
So I'm pretty much at school from 9 to 5.
So you wouldn't think anything different if she's here when you get back. Yeah, I've been
exactly.
And I'm back.
She's cooking and cleaning, and doing the normal thing. And hey, how you doing? How's your day? Asking about school, and that's basically what I was just coming home to.
Right. Okay. So what was you going to tell me about her getting all her?
Oh, the thing why she started staying here. I guess she said, all right. This is what she told me with her parents. Her parents are having some kind of huge dispute. Like she was telling me about how she hates her father, and how her father was cheating and has been cheating on her mom, and like her mom always is like, I guess, is not listening to what Casey's saying to her, I guess, to leave him.
Right.
And this whole big dispute, and her reasoning for the whole thing of her being here and Caylee being at the nanny's is the fact that she didn't want Caylee to be in the house while that was happening.
Okay.
And that she couldn't deal with it. And she used to tell me that she talked to her mom about how her mom's glad that I'm here for Casey because she wouldn't be able to go through what's going on between the two parents if I wasn't around and all this stuff. I actually never conversed with the mom or talked to the mom on the phone because she'd always go outside to go talk to her mom. Because she said it, and I always ask her, like, why don't you call your mom in an apartment? She goes, because I don't want to embarrass, because I guess she says she always gets in an argument with her mom, and she says that if she's out, this is what she says, she goes, if I go outside, then I know that I can't be, a lunatic on the phone with her, because that would be embarrassing, I guess. So that was what she used to tell me. I mean, there's plenty of times I walked outside to go see what she's doing, and she's walking off, just on the phone all over the place. But I never got to see who she was
just
talking
roaming
to.
around when she's talking.
But yeah, so that's basically. So I mean, I was never like you're moving in or like it was more of like, okay, you gotta do what you gotta do with your family. I don't want to and I would have asked, maybe could contact the brother or something, maybe the mother or something if I thought it was something serious. But it was just mostly the way she was making it seem like she just didn't want to be around it, and she didn't want to be around negative vibe and stuff like that.
Right.
And I kind of was not like trying to get involved in anything. The way she was talking about with the parents, like I don't know the people.
Right.
I don't want to get
your business. You
it's
don't
not
want
my
to get
business.
the middle of it.
I'm just gonna be here and do what I gotta do, and if she needed somebody to talk to, obviously that's what I would just listen.
Right.
And that's basically what's been going on for the past month and a half, I guess, or since that I guess started happening.
Is there any period of time where she was like to you unaccounted for? You guys are kicking it.
Oh, I couldn't find her.
Yeah,
I didn't know where she was.
And you wanted to. Was there ever any time like that?
No, not when I'm here. I mean, I went back. I think June 29th was the day. Sean, real quick, you left Sunday, June 29th to go back to New York, right?
Yep.
All right, so the 30th, the Monday, I left to go up to New York.
Okay.
And I didn't come back till the 5th.
Okay, so from June 30th till July 5th, you're in New York.
Yeah.
How often do y'all talk?
I talked to her. I mean,
not really that much.
Not really. I didn't really. I mean, I talked to her.
You didn't want to talk to her.
I mean, yeah, I was trying to. I didn't want to be on the phone 24/7. I haven't seen. You don't get much breaks in Full Sail.
Right.
I want to be around people I haven't seen in a while. So I mean, I I would talk to her maybe here on, like, you know, just to say what's up. And she'd hit me, probably give me a text message, and I'd be like, hey, I'm doing this, and I'll maybe call you later tonight.
Right.
The only times I really talked to her was probably at night, where I would just fall asleep on the phone.
Laying down.
Just pass out.
The day is finally over.
I mean, I remember her actually getting mad like a couple times because I actually just straight up passed out on a conversation.
Right.
I can't handle those 3 o'clock, 3 a.m.
talking.
There's no way I can do that.
Some more. Yeah. All right. So tell me this. What types of drugs does she use?
The only drug that she used, and I wouldn't even say that she definitely does it regularly. I mean, I wouldn't really know, but it doesn't seem like it's marijuana that I've
smoke a little weed.
That's it.
All right, smoke a little weed.
I didn't know if I was able to say weed.
Yeah, that's fine. So she smokes a little weed. I'm probably willing to bet she probably has some Jack or something. She drink a little bit.
She definitely likes to drink.
Okay.
That's actually my roommate. He loves Jack.
Okay, but you guys are college students, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
I went to college, you know. I know. Believe me, I know what it's like in college.
Yeah.
Okay, so she drinks a little. She likes to drink. Yeah. Beer, liquor.
She likes a beer. She's more of a beer drinker. Okay. That I've seen. I remember going out to a bar one time with her. When we first started hanging out. Someplace downtown. She was just, you know, casually drinking some beer. There's actually a club that I worked at. I haven't been there since I went back to New York, but I usually manage a night at Fusion, which is a sushi restaurant off of Woodbury Road.
Okay.
And the owner makes it like a lounge, a martini bar after. It's a really nice place, actually.
All right.
If you've never been there. And I manage the nights there, and I usually DJ. So, I mean, she would just come up there, you know, try and help out with whatever, because I have the shot girls, and she tells the shot, I guess she wants to have some kind of help, so I would let her, you know, manage the shot girls and tell the shot girls what to do and stuff. It was basically, you know, and she'd drink a couple beers here and there. I remember she got, you know, a little tipsy one night, but it wasn't anything that I'd never seen. There's nothing I'd never seen a girl do.
You never saw her fall down, sloppy drunk down the stairs?
No, not anything like that. I mean, not at all, actually. She was stumbling when we came back home, but I mean, it's not like
falling down.
Not something I would.
You have to carry her.
Exactly, nothing.
Okay.
Comatose or anything like that.
So you wouldn't call her a big party girl?
Not really. I mean, not since she's been with me. No.
Okay. All right. How does she act when she's a little high on the purple haze?
Very affectionate.
Okay. So she's not one of these paranoid people.
No, not paranoid.
Touchy feely.
She's just giggly. I mean, the girl's giggly. She's just happy. This is one other thing. She's been happy the whole entire time she's been here. Mm-hmm. She's been really happy. She's just. Any of my friends that hang out with her and she comes out, she's a very, very social person.
Okay.
She makes friends very, very quickly. And it's one of the reasons that attracted me to get her. She's an outgoing personality, you know.
Right.
So, I mean, that's basically where she's just a very outgoing person, very friendly, likes, you know, to kid around, laugh. And that's basically what she does when she's high. She laughs a lot more than what she does. She doesn't shut up.
Right.
You know, and...
But she's not a mean drunk or mean when she gets high. She's just happy.
There was, I think, that one night that she got really drunk, I mean, I was just, because I was completely sober and I wasn't with the night, so I was already a little frustrated about stuff. And it was just like, I mean, like, she was saying some, like, stupid things, and I was just like, what? Like, shut up.
Right.
And then she'd get mad because I'm yelling at her what to do. So, I mean, that was basically, I guess, like, that's when I guess she did get a little mean with that. And then I was like, then she apologized the next morning about everything. So she was aware that she said what she said and stuff like that.
Okay. I believe she mentioned something to you about some type of bank account. Do you remember what that was?
All right. Since I've known her, she's letting, like, things made me to believe that she makes a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now I'm hearing something completely different from her brother from what last night and I guess from what I heard from her mother that walked in yesterday, she says that she's had like, because she was talking about getting a new vehicle, or in an apartment, or getting her parents' house. That was a whole other. That was also a part of the issue with the parents. She was supposed to get the house, didn't get the house, because they were supposed to move out, and didn't get the house, and there was like a whole big deal. Like her mom found something happened with her dad and shit like that. But basically, I just lost my train of thought. The bank account, right? She's always said that she's had like $10,000 to $15,000 saved up for, I guess, a car or whatever. Like she's been saving up for Caylee or something like that, and that she was gonna. This morning when she contacted me, I was digging into her a little bit, about like the whole situation, because up until 8 o'clock last night, everything was gravy. She got pulled out. I didn't know nothing, and her brother calls me up and says that Kaylee's missing, and she hasn't seen Kaylee. Like she didn't know where Kaylee. That Casey didn't know where Kaylee was for 30 days.
Right.
Which just baffled me, And the fact that she stole money from her friend too, and I was just like bombarded with that information. It was just too much. But I was asking her, I was interrogating her a little bit this morning. I was like, if you have this $15,000 in a bank account, in another bank account that you say you have, why would you need to take money from your friend's account? And she goes, I need it for some kind of backup plan. I was like, what kind of backup plan are you talking about? And she's like, I was like, I don't want to hear about no backup plan. I don't want to hear anything that you have to say about stuff like that. And she was like, oh no, nothing like that. And I'm like, don't say anything about that. I don't want to hear.
So she didn't tell you like any bank or anything? Have you ever taken her to a bank?
No. She said that she's had a Wachovia account before, and a Bank of America account.
Okay. Can you think of anything else that we might need to know about? You guys ever go anywhere? She ever take you somewhere that was strange to you? You ever take you to somebody's house?
She took me to her house before.
Where her mom stays?
Her mom, yeah, her parents' house, I guess, where her mom's house is. I've been to that house twice. For like, no one was home. Like I said, I've never met, besides yesterday, that was when I first met her family at all.
Right.
And like I said, the only spot was like that she's taken me was downtown at that one time we went down to the bar. This is a bar that people that she knows that runs it. That was it.
Do you remember which bar that was?
It's off of Pine Street. It's in the building of Voyage. It's on the left. On Wednesdays they do this thing where they do jukebox night. And it's like a side room at Voyage. Like I guess it was just something that I guess the employees do, and it's starting to get big or whatever. But I guess it was a starting thing, and you go in there and they just play jukebox tunes, I guess, and it's like this little sidebar.
But never any.
It wasn't really it wasn't that it was like really weird. I was just saying that's like really the only spot that she's ever really taken me besides her house.
Okay, so you've never been to some strange guy's house that you never knew or
anything?
Listen,
if I went to some strange guy's house, I don't think we'd be having the same conversation.
Well, you never know, man. Saying, in college you experiment.
Nah.
Okay, what's a good phone number for you? Okay, raise your right hand. Do you swear the information you provide is true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Alrighty, well, it is. What time is it in here? Where's your clock at?
I got it on my phone, actually.
I got you. 6:22 on 6:30.
Alright, it's 6:22 on July July 16, 2008. That'll conclude this interview.
Alright, the date right now is July 17, 2008. The time right now is 21:09 hours. I'm Detective Miller, Sheriff's Office, Orange County. Case number 08-069208. I'm located at 3843 Sutton Place, apartment 708.
Yep.
In the presence of Anthony Lazzaro, or Lazzaro. Huh? Lazzaro. Yeah, I've been down in Florida too long. And Cameron Campina?
Campana.
That's two. Cameron, your date of birth is 77, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and Anthony, we've talked several times, so we're familiar with each other. One of the first things I kind of want to get off the bat, you guys understand this is being recorded?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. We're here in your apartment, and before I turn this on, I expressed to you one of the reasons we wanted to be here is to see if we can look around and see if there's any indication that something might have happened to Caylee, which is the reason that we're here investigating, obviously, this case. Anthony, do you have any objection to these detectives, Detective Clark, Detective Happy Wells, and Kevin Kravitz looking around the house?
Not at all.
Cameron, same question. Any objection?
I have no problem.
Okay.
Cool.
Gentlemen. Another thing I wanted to talk to you, Tony, is when you called me a couple hours ago, back at about 5:35, you told me that you were worried about news media here, and we talked about that, and you said you were also concerned, or I asked you some questions about her car when the last time you saw it. You told me a little bit about that. Back up and tell me that story again as far as her car, last time you saw it.
Let me interrupt you real quick. If she was to stay in a room, which room would it be?
That was my room.
To the right?
Yep, right there. Back into the left.
Okay.
Last time I saw, I mean, this happened multiple times that I picked up her with the gas. But the last time I saw her was at the Amscot at the corner of 50 and Goldenrod.
Okay.
And basically, I remember just pulling up, and she was, I guess, what she told me is that her car ran out of gas or died. I don't remember which one it was. At the, I guess, like there's a turning lane, and random guys saw it and helped her push her car into Amscot parking lot and was parked, like I guess, like double parked or parked right next to the dumpster. These two parking spots. When I pulled up, I saw her outside of the car with. I guess with her pocketbook and I guess clothes. I'm pretty sure clothes and probably a bag of produce.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I pulled up, she just got in the car and I picked her up and brought her back here. And then I headed out to class.
You see, she got out of the car. Did she say where she was coming from?
Her house. She picked up stuff from her house. She had to, to remember the day it actually happened, I can't recall, but.
Give me a ballpark.
Like I said before, I think I was telling you before, that had to be like late June when this happened.
Okay. And
because I remember when I talked to her. Also, I just remember this right now. I talked to her over the phone while I was in New York, and she said that her dad came and picked up the car or whatever, and took it to the dealership because the car. She was getting the car fixed, and that she was going to get a new car and trade it in. She was going to get it fixed and trade it in and get a new one.
Okay. When you say she went to her house to get some stuff, trying to remember, I know you mentioned a couple of particular items before.
Like food, I would say like freeze pops, I guess.
Okay.
I remember because she kept on bringing those over from the house. And this, I guess, like Tyson chicken to make, for dinner that night. I mean, other than that, probably just vegetables or fruit or something.
Okay. Did she have any like suitcases or bags or anything with clothing in it?
That might have been the day that she brought. I remember she did bring over clothes, so because that's what they picked up that night. I don't remember if it was that day or another day. I wish I could remember this, but I remember her seeing with her at least with the groceries.
Okay.
Because food is important to me.
On that note, I just want to kind of jump ahead real quick. Everything that she's brought over here, has she left anything at the apartment since, I guess, the parents came here a couple of nights ago that you recall that belonged to her and not you?
She left underneath my bed in the bottom, on the end of the bed, bottom corner, is sandals.
Okay.
Or shoes, I think she has. That's the only other thing I think that she has.
Did she ever bring any baby clothes to the apartment for Caylee?
Caylee's only been here, when she comes here, it would be during the day. So she brought her here, and she just come with animal crackers, a juice, a bunch of juice boxes, her juice cup, and then she brought over food all those times to make me and Caylee food. We stopped at Subway one time, got Subway, and last time I remember hanging out with the two, I think, pretty sure it was the day we were at the pool. I have the picture like I showed Detective White.
Okay.
June 2nd.
And that was June 2nd?
Yeah.
Okay. When you picked her up at the car, did she say what she was going to do with the car that night, or did she ask you to take the car out?
Well, what happened was what happened with that was she was saying, because I was already rushed and ready to go. I was like, oh man, I gotta you just left. She just left the house. She was here. She left to go to her house, and she said she was coming back. Now, I was going to wait for her to come back to let her, in the house, while I went to school, because obviously I don't leave my door open.
Sure.
So I was just, waiting for her to come back, and then she gave me a call and said, guess what happened to me again? My car broke down by 50. Can you come get me, please? I was like, all right, I'll come get you. I was like, I need to get ready for school, and I needed to head out. So I just picked her up and was like, headed back here as fast as I could. And she said that, she's not worried about the car. She'll take care of it later.
Okay. Did she ever tell you I know she called you in New York, but up until then, did she ever tell you she went back to get the car, or, hey, I had someone else look at the car, or she asked?
Like I said, she said she had it. Her dad picked it up.
But you were in New York when she called you?
Yeah, I talked about the car.
Okay.
But
before that, before you actually left for New York, because you left for New York at the end of June.
June 30th.
So before the 30th.
Yeah.
When did she say anything about what she did with the car or anything like that?
That she just was. Cam, I don't remember. Do you remember? Because you've been here around the same time as me. Do you remember if honestly if she had the car here? Because I was saying to you before on the phone, I can't recall if she got got changed from the spot in Amscott.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that's the last time I picked her up.
I remember after.
But I never been in the car.
That broke down. I think the first time it came back here, and then the second.
Well, the first time.
I think it was here when we left for break.
That's what I was trying to remember when we went.
I want to say yes, but I can't be positive.
That's fine. But she did, but you don't recall before the conversation in New York
saying anything
about what she did with the car?
No.
Okay. When was the last time you rode in the car with her?
Last time I rode in the car had to be the day we went and got Subway. Yeah, we went and got Subway one of the times. It was Caylee. She picked me up from school because my car was in the mechanic at this mechanic Tom Galata off of 1792, whatever. Mm-hmm. She drove me out to pick up my car. We headed back. We stopped at the Subway down the road. Came back here, and that was the last time I was in the car.
Was she with Caylee?
Yeah, Caylee was with her. That was one of the days that I actually was with Caylee and Casey.
Okay. Was that before or after June 2nd, the picture?
Before June 2nd.
Okay, and after that was the picture, and after that, the last time you actually saw Caylee was when?
I don't remember if I saw Caylee after or... honestly, the only time I really remember is June 2nd. I mean, I don't remember. Maybe she was over here after the fact.
I think it was the time that you guys went to the pool.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I asked that is this. Obviously, according to the news and everything we've talked about, we're pretty much assured that Casey's a liar.
Yeah,
we're all good with that. So the dates that Casey are giving falls into that lie category.
Yeah.
I'm saying that with a purpose.
Yeah.
And hold on just a second, because I just want to direct it to Anthony. Like I told your dad, and like I told you, we've talked to so many people, and everyone kind of gives us what they remember and pieces of information. Like when I was at Ricardo's house, I remember seeing Caylee do this. When I was at with Amy, I remember Amy doing this. When I was at Tony's house, I remember that Caylee was there, and I remember this is what people are saying, that it was either the 10th or 11th of April, not the 2nd, which is I think the following Tuesday, June. So what I'm trying to ask is, I'm not saying that you're lying by no means, but what I'm asking is, are you sure about the dates that she was last here, or are you worried that if it was after the 9th that people are going to look different?
That was I mean, it's not. I don't really remember. I mean,
we're in school like.
No, I understand that.
But I can't get dates. Like I'm trying.
That's fine. But what I'm just specifically asking is that if someone comes to me and tells me that they were here with you and you just hanging out, whatever, and they specifically said, hey, I remember it was this date because of something that happened in school or a phone call I got or whatever, and they're telling me it was the 10th or 11th of June.
Then I mean if they were here and I was here, then I mean if they definitely remember a date over, then because I'm foggy about that whole thing, if I was that or not. So I mean if they're definite and they know that there was something that day to remember that would remind them that they saw that, then probably. I mean, but.
Okay. No, I'm not trusting. I'm not trying to paint you in a corner. I'm just asking for clarification because I got to ask these questions.
No, and I mean obviously it's
so the last time that she was here, just remembering the day or what you guys did, it was the day you guys went to the pool.
Yeah, I remember, like I said, this either probably 3 distinctive times of we actually hanging out and Caylee was around.
Okay.
Every single time I've hung out with Casey. I mean, I never hung out with Caylee by myself. I was always with Casey. There was always everybody in the house.
Okay.
And it was always during the day. Like I said, that one time with the mechanic. The other time I remember would be with the pool. Now, I don't remember if there was another time before the mechanic and the pool or after the mechanic and the pool.
I remember 2 times you guys went to the pool, I forgot.
We went to the pool on the 2nd. I
remember one of the days they went down to the pool, and I have that little duck cape thing that was made for little kids that I found. It's like a little towel that you put over the kids' heads, and I thought it was funny and bought it, wore it around for a day. So, I remember giving that to her, and she was wearing that one day by the pool, and when you guys went down, she came back up.
So, long story short, you know the second, and you're not sure maybe after the second.
And the only reason why I know the second, honestly, was because I was able to pull up the date on that to tell you the truth.
That's fine. No problem. Another thing I wanted to ask is, again, has Casey ever driven your car, either with or without your knowledge, your Jeep Cherokee?
The only, like I said, the knowledge that was when she dropped us off. Obviously, we had no one. We had to have somebody drop us off to the airport because we both were leaving the same time. She dropped us off, and she had my spare key that I gave her, and she drove it, I guess, back here. So
and that was the 30th.
That had to be the 30th. Yeah.
What about before then, like right around the 17th? Your car has New York tags, right? It's the Jeep parked outside, the Grand Cherokee. What about before then? Because I've got people that specifically remember her in the car and driving your Jeep before then, about the 17th.
When was the 17th? Like,
it was a Thursday.
It was a Thursday?
Because I remember that the 18th, I went to Cocoa Beach for Sarah's birthday.
Okay, 17th.
June?
She's made runs to like, to I think Target in my car, or just like.
Okay. So she has driven your car prior to.
Yeah, but without my knowledge, though. I mean, like She
went to Target without your knowledge?
No, I said not without my knowledge. Like I've let her use my car to go to the store. She said she had to go pick up, and she'd come back every time she said that I've been here, and she said that she had to go somewhere and get something. She came back with it and got it. Like it wasn't.
So just to clarify, have you given her permission to drive your car before you left for New York?
Yeah.
Okay. And to your knowledge, or to your knowledge, Cameron, has she ever driven your car without your permission?
Not with my knowledge.
Good. Fair enough. I think I just have one more, and then as you can see, the other detectives already left, so harmless. Bear with me just a moment. She went to pick you up at the airport when you came back?
Yep.
And that was July 5th?
5th.
She picked you up with your truck or someone else's?
My truck.
What about the little Toyota that Amy drives? She ever come around with that?
Yep. Amy was gone, I guess, in Puerto Rico, which she was driving around that.
Okay. Have you seen her driving anything aside from her Pontiac, Amy's car, or your car?
No.
Okay. Okay, that's about it. Cameron, I know that you've kind of been involved in this, but no one's ever really sat down and talked to you. Obviously, just listening about some of the conversation that you added in there. You know, she's been here when you were present, Caylee and Casey. I just wanted to direct these questions to him real quick. How would you describe Caylee and Casey's relationship while they were here?
I would have never expected anything like this to happen. She was such a loving mom. We'd always joke, like, Caylee would always be running around, I'd be playing with her, and, like, she'd always try to be showing off, like little girls do, and, like, Casey would be like, oh, she's already getting into boys. Like, it just seemed like a healthy, like, loving relationship.
Had she ever mentioned to you anything about a burden, or about, maybe what if life had been different without Caylee?
No, never.
Have you ever seen her be, angry either while drinking, or if she was smoking a little weed, or whatever she might have been taking? Have you ever known her to be acting different because of it, like either evil or mean or just non-caring, anything?
No, like honestly, like since I met her, she's almost been like the perfect person.
Happiest person.
She would come here, make us food, do our laundry, like always, like, if, like, I'd be having a rough day from class, I'd walk in all mad or pissed off, and she'd be like, "Oh, just smile, Cam," like, like, this was just, like, a shock out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like we just had the rug just torn right from under us.
A couple of things I want to ask, and again, we've talked to all of our friends, so I just need, basically I got to ask it because I need to ask and confirm as well. I know that she was into taking certain types of drugs. I know she was into taking, she smoked a little weed here and there. I know she drank, and the types of liquor she drank. What about Roland? How many times would you say that she took ecstasy that you knew of, either in your presence or out?
Never.
Nothing.
Like, if anybody ever talked about, or, like, was brought up drugs or anything, she would always be like, "That's stupid, like, why would you ever do that?" Like,
what about anything, cocaine or crack?
Completely against it.
Completely against it.
Heroin, meth?
Completely against
She's
it.
against
Any prescription medication that she may have been pill popping? Anything that you remember? Maybe she said she...
I mean, I remember her discreetly being like, when I wanted to take an Advil because I had a really bad headache, and like I wanted to take like more than a couple of them because I was really bad, and she was like, "You can't you can't take this. You need to wait this many hours." So I mean, it seemed like she was like very like regulating, like a mom kind of type person that was reading the labels of everything.
Okay. And Cameron, just a question for you. I know we talked about last time she was here, and you said that you went to the pool at least twice with them.
Well, I didn't go. I remember them being here and then them leaving.
Them going to the pool. Do you have anything like in your cell phone or anything that would make you remember a specific date that you last saw him here?
I just got a new phone, so I got this when I was back home over break on the 3rd, and the pictures on my old phone, I'm just trying to circle through them in my head, but honestly, they're all of concerts or me and my ex-girlfriend. And
so there's no like text message or photograph or anything that or a test at school, or like a day you got a ticket or something that would stand out as
June.
That's what I'm trying to think. So
June, I was in RMC, so I had classes Monday through Thursday and on Saturdays.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. It was, what day was June 2nd? Or
June 2nd is
I'm
Monday.
honestly trying to
Monday.
Here,
Okay.
I got a calendar here. So
Yeah, that's my day off. That was my day off in
on June I had Mondays 9. What's it? No, not Mondays. 1 to 5, and then 1 to 9, or 1 to 5 on Mondays, 1 to 9 Tuesdays.
Well,
Friday, Saturday.
Let's just go with this. The first week of June. Do you remember anything about the first week saying that's definitely the last time I saw him here?
Honestly, I can't remember a day.
That's okay.
School's so hectic, and
If you can't remember,
I can't remember a
that's
date, but I
fine.
do definitely remember them being here within at least or seeing Caylee here within the first 2 weeks of June.
Okay.
It could be the first half.
And again, Anthony, just to clarify, and it's all of this was for clarification. If someone said that they were here, just hanging out, and it was the second week of June, right at the beginning, and Caylee was here, and Casey was here, and everything was hunky dory, it's reasonable to believe that may have happened because you're just not sure of the dates.
Yeah, honestly, and like I said, the only reason why I was able to produce a date was because of my phone.
No problem. In order to keep this tape from running too long, I'm going to go ahead and just finish up with the tape, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. You said you have some text messages on your phone?
Yep, I want to show you that.
Okay.
And also, I just thinking about bringing up pictures again, I have pictures on my laptop also with this camera.
Okay, beautiful.
So,
before I even look at that, Anthony, Cameron, raise your right hand for me. Anthony, do you swear and affirm everything you just told me is the truth?
Yes, sir.
Cameron, do you swear and affirm everything you just told me is the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, wonderful.